Good evening. That was quite an intro. Sorry for having an extra large image of myself, but I suppose you're used to it if you're ever watching the Friday Waffle. Excuse me a little second. So I've got 8 already. Bloody hell, you guys got nothing better to do. So how are we all doing? Are you enjoying the weather? It's been really, I don't know why I'm staring there. I should be looking at the camera, but I always look at myself in the camera. Yeah, the weather up here is absolutely gorgeous. Apparently we've got a heat wave next week. So we'll see, yeah. Let's see who we've got in the house tonight. We've got Mr. Refraction PCS X2. I'll need to shorten that to RPX2, something like that. We've got Neil. G'day Neil. Is it what time is it there, Neil? It must be about 2:30 in the morning again, is it? I've got I can't even pronounce that. Quahud? Quuhod. Quad. Thanks for joining me. I've got Mr. Millstar Electronics. We've got my good self. We've got Mr. Bleed Easy. And we've got RT. Welcome, Squire. And we've also got, I think that's all. I've got Paul as well. Good evening, Paul. Yeah, that's excellent, up to 10 already. So this is a bit strange for me. I was originally going to do the Friday Waffle last night, and I wasn't really in the mood for it. I really wasn't feeling it at all. And if you can hear tip tapping, I've got 2 dogs playing my rope in the background. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that at all. I just wasn't in the mood for it. And although I've got questions to answer, I think the Friday Waffle's got to be one of these things. You've got to be in the right frame of mind to do it. So I thought, nah, too tired to do it. So I thought, my wife mentioned she was going out tonight. So I thought, excellent, I'll get a live waffle come game playing session going. But unfortunately my wife's not keeping too great, so she's actually upstairs at the moment. So she said, look, go ahead with this. I didn't want to cancel it again, so here we are. So we'll just see how it goes. So yeah, it's a bit odd doing a live Friday Waffle. It's amazing how much pressure it puts on you. It's one thing looking at a sort of static camera, but when you actually know that there's actually people watching it, it is a wee bit bizarre. I think definitely a career in TV beckons if I ever want to make a new games master, so we'll see. Russ, excellent. I'm one of these, how you doing, Steve, Mr. Sub-Zero? What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm one of these people, although I'm absolutely crap with names, I like to always, I'm not overly keen on calling people by their kind of avatar name. Now I know that's what most people probably like, especially being on the internet. I think some people like the whole anonymous, if that makes any sense. They don't like, real life details getting put out there. But when I'm talking to people, especially like you guys, I talk to you quite a lot, obviously through the channel. I always like to kind of talk to you personally. So anyway, let's say you want to see the dogs with me, man. What are you doing? Right. That's Archie. He's a pain in the arse. Right, Jax, come here. Right, the other one, he doesn't like getting lifted up. Yeah, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Yeah, what I've done here, it's going to be a live waffle. I've got questions that people left me from, obviously, since last week, and if there's any questions you want to put below, fire away, and if we've got any time, we'll play some games. What I want to do is, if you're in the UK, you may know it's the Grand National. Now, I'm not a fan of horse racing in the slightest. I just think it's quite a cruel sport, actually, but I thought in light of my recent What the Bloody Hell Is This, where I played an exceptionally pish game, which was, what was it called again? Mad Racer or Mini Racer, something like that. It was basically the number 1 to 10 in a line, and they were racing. It was really, really funny. Yeah, he's a Scotty dog. I think Scotty dogs are actually the black ones, but he's called the West Highland Terrier. Yeah, getting back to this, it was a kind of horse, well, it wasn't a horse racing game, it was a numbers racing game. It was brilliant, it was so bad. But there's a game that I used to play, one of my mates bought it back in the 80s, called Peter O'Sullivan's Racing, and it is actually a racing game. It's a horse racing game. So what I thought we could do for a laugh is have a couple of races. We could maybe, you know, first 7 people to put their hand up can get a horse, and we'll have some live horse racing. So we'll see how that goes. Right, let me just get my. Can you hear things okay? I'm exceptionally bad at getting noise levels and whatnot. Is it loud enough? Yeah. If you can just let me know. Well, sorry, what was your name again? I've already forgotten it. Russ. Russ. Yeah. If you want a dog for free, you can have him. He's a pain in the bloody arse. Right, excellent. Yeah, I can. It's just them tip tapping. We've got laminate flooring in here, and we've got the claws. They're a complete pain, and they always seem to come to life when I'm doing one of these live streams. Right. Anyway, let's batter on with that. How you doing, Mr. Charlie? Thanks for joining me. So you weren't. By the way, I'm going to tell people here. You might have noticed there's a chap called Charlie Farr has just joined in. He holds the world record for Galaxian, and that's a fact. Yeah, he's an awesome player. He's one of these really annoying people. Sorry, Steve. I'll see if I can get carpets for the next time, mate. But Charlie, he broke the record. How long ago was it? Maybe 2-3 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, amazing. I mean, Galaxian is just one tough game. I think my base is about 12,000. Actually, it's quite interesting. We're talking about Charlie getting the high score in Galaxian. Well, obviously, if you've been reading or watching that there internet over the last couple of days, you're probably aware that Billy Mitchell, who's probably the sort of best known classic games person. I mean, his fashion sense is just ridiculous, you know. But anyway, Billy Mitchell is the sort of face of classic gaming. I mean, he's renowned as, you know, holding various world records. And as it turns out, so I'm just looking at Sub-Zero's comment there. Billy Mitchell, he put out, he claimed to be the first person to break 1 million points in Donkey Kong. Obviously Steve Wiebe had done it just after, I think, and some clever person, they basically looked at the video that Billy Mitchell had submitted, and basically the way the screen refreshes, or redraws I should say, in MAME is different from the way it sort of refreshes in an actual arcade game. And so basically it proved that the score that he'd got, that he said he had got on a proper hardware, wasn't the case. He'd actually used MAME. Now, you know, for most of us like myself, you'd be thinking to yourself, well, what's the big deal? It's still a good achievement. But I think the rules are very specific. In Twin Galaxies, you've got to use proper hardware, you've got to use the proper settings and that kind of stuff. And so of course I've now investigated it, and I've found out that, you know, that's true, and they've now erased every single one of Billy Mitchell's scores. Thing is, there's no question that he's an amazing games player, but yeah, it just kind of puts the whole sort of classic video game high score thing. It stops people really believing it. I mean, was it Todd Rogers? He was the guy that did was it the Dragster, I think it was, on Atari 2600. He was found out that I think a lot of the scores he had submitted was just virtually, it was just somebody believing him. There was no evidence, so he had all his scores removed, and obviously Billy Mitchell's had the same thing. So yeah, it's kind of sad, but at the end of the day, the way I see it is, it's just video games. You know, nobody's died. It is just video games. But what do you think? So I'm just looking at the comments here. That's right. Yeah, Steve Wiebe. He has now got the official score in Donkey Kong. Yeah, I mean, cheating in video games, it just doesn't make any sense at all. You know, you don't get paid. You don't get paid for breaking a score. So why would you do it? I don't know. So anyway, yeah. Welcome, wee Bob. Nice to see you, mate. Right, I'm gonna. That was the only thing. The only other thing I was going to talk about, it's just my own personal thing, was I'm not a big I'm not a big current system. I call the PlayStation 4 current. I suppose it is current technically. I mean, I know the PlayStation 4 Pro's out. I don't play a lot of it, but one game that I got cheap, I think I got it for about £8, is Dishonored 2. Now, I've played the original Dishonored on the, I think it was Xbox 360, or was it the PS4? No, it was the PS4. And I've got to say, what a game. It is just unbelievable. It's one of these... Oh, what's the name of the... How you doing, Scott? Thanks for joining, buddy. Yeah, Dishonored 2. It's one of these kind of steampunk Victorian type games, sort of gothic, but you know the sort of the world that you frequent is just incredible. It's such a good game. I mean, some of the weapons that you get in it. I mean, one of my favourite ones got to be you can basically send out a pack of rats to kill people and they eat them. You know, what other game can you do that? It's an amazing game. If you've not played Dishonored, either the first one or the second one, go and get it. You'll probably get it as cheap as chips. It's an amazing game. I think it's out on the PC as well. In fact, it is. It's sort of available on Steam. You can probably get it for like £2.99 or something ridiculous. But Dishonored 2, that's a game that I'm playing a lot at the moment. I've not been playing much in the way of sort of like classic games. My work's been quite busy. I've just moved to I've been two-paid to a new company, so it's been a bit hectic, which is why I've not really been in the mood for making videos at all. But yeah, Dishonored 2, if you've not checked it out, go and check it out. It gets a double thumbs up from myself. So right, I'm going to batter in. I'm good, Scott, thanks. I'm going to batter into the questions. Let's have a look. Right, Mr. Batman. Hang on a second. Sorry, you're asking about PSVR, Charlie. I've not. The only game I've bought recently. What's it called again? It's that mouse game. You play a part of a mouse. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's not one of these immersive 3D type games. You're basically static, and you control you control this little mouse, but you can also move parts of the landscape, like platforms and that kind of stuff, to sort of help the mouse out. I can't remember what it's called again, but it's I've been playing that quite a bit. I bought what do you call it, Wipeout. What's it called? Well, it's just Wipeout. I can't remember. It's got a name. I did play Wipeout. I did buy Wipeout when it came out last year, and there was a free update that came out last week, basically allowing you to play every single track in VR, and wow, I mean it is incredible. I've not seen a bad review yet, and the biggest good bit about it is it's completely free. The update is completely free. The bad bit about it is I have not found an option where it doesn't make me feel queasy. I've played it for. I've tried every different sort of like adjusting. You can have, if you play the sort of like default settings, you're sitting inside this obviously spaceship thing. You can look behind you, you can look up, you can look down. You've got the sort of the panoramic 360. Come on, get away there, Archie, stop it. He's got a habit of going underneath my legs, and he's even switched the computer off at some point. Moss, that's the one. Yeah, it's good. But this Wipeout, you can have it set to sort of like 360 degree panoramic view, but the problem with that is, obviously for myself, you get major motion sickness, but you can then change it so that you can't see, either side. You can only look out the front. But despite changing every setting, it just some of the courses, it just makes me want to heave. And even about a couple of hours after playing it in VR, I was feeling quite nauseous, so I've reluctantly had to decide that it's not for me. I do like PSVR, but I just can't. Evening, Mr. Mad Commodore. Evening, Neil. Thanks for joining me, mate. Up to 17. Woohoo! What was I talking about? Yeah, Wipeout is just not for me. It looks amazing. It's probably the most. Some people are sort of saying it's the most impressive VR experience, bar none. Well, I can't see it being as good as that virtual arcade that you can get in, is it Oculus Rift, I think it is. I would love that, but my PC is just crap. So, going back to the question there, Charlie, about presently supplied gaming. Hey, did you get your slippers yet? You know what? Slippers isn't something I ever actually wear. I think I think I wore them as a kid, but nah, I don't wear slippers. I tend to just wear socks. What was I gibbering about? Where was I going about? Yeah, PSVR. There's a lot of games out there, but in my experience, my limited experience in PSVR, I tend to find that a lot of the games, they're just like experiences, and they're quite expensive, you know, for what you're kind of getting. I've not tried Skyrim because I think I wouldn't get on with that. I really don't think I'd get on with that particularly well. Is there any other games that you could say? So what you're saying there, Neil, Moss Lucky's Tale? Yeah, I think I've seen that. I think Bangkokian, he did a quite a good video with that when it first came out. But is there any must-have VR titles? I know the what's it called again? It's not the demo disc. It was the disc that came when I bought the PSVR. Is it London Vault or something? I can't remember what it's. Bank Vault. It's a kind of gangstery type thing. That's pretty good. But yeah, I've not used the PSVR anywhere as much as I probably should. I mean, you know, could I justify spending the money on it? Possibly not. But I really need to make more of an effort to try and use it. I'm kind of waffling a wee bit, right? Skyrim's a good game. I preferred Oblivion though. Don't know if it would be for you though. Yeah, I was talking about. How did we talk about this? We were gibbering about Final Fantasy, and I was basically saying how I've never played a Final Fantasy game ever. I've watched my mates playing it, you know, back in the sort of PlayStation 1 days, and I just don't think it's for me. I'm not a fan of cutscenes, and that's why I never really enjoyed. What is it, Jax? See, that's why I never really got into, you know, Metal Gear Solid. It was just like non-stop cutscenes. But I've never ever got into Final Fantasy, any of these games. I've never got into any adventure game. In fact, have I even completed an adventure game? I don't think I have. The game that I did play the most, probably adventure-wise, would be is it Link to a Past on the SNES? I think that's what it was. Jason. Is that? You know what I was thinking that? So London Heist. That's the one. Yeah. Is that Jason Stratham that does the voice? I thought it was him. Interestingly, you know how when you're on YouTube you're watching stupid things like this. I was watching some like Olympic Games, and then up popped a kind of recommended video, and I didn't actually know this, but Jason Stratham he competed in the Commonwealth Games for England as a diver. Actually quite a good diver as well, so I never knew that. I played Skyrim VR last week. It's interesting, but it felt like a totally different game. Not sure. Yeah, I think the thing for me about VR is it's quite tiring. You know, it really is. I think if they were to invent a kind of what do you call it, goggles where it wasn't pressed against your face, you know, I always think it's quite suffocating having this thing pressed up against your face. You've always got to take it off and kind of come up for air. I think if they could invent some kind of thing that wasn't like that, it would make it easier. So, and I'm just looking at the comments. Hang on a second. Pardon me. I've temporarily jumped from PSVR to Oculus Rift. Makes Sony look like they make toys. Well, unfortunately, we can't all afford one. I would love to get an Oculus Rift, but I can't afford. I need to get a brand new computer basically, and I'd be looking at probably about £1,000, which I couldn't justify. Plus the fact that my PC is downstairs in the living room, it wouldn't really work. But the PSVR is good. I think it's like anything. I mean, people going about 4K television and this, that, and the next thing. Well, my TV that's sitting in the corner there in the living room, it's not even 1080p. It's 1080i. I bought that in 2007. Suits me, perfectly happy with it, you know. So I think unless you're, I'm not going to say you're a gaming snob, but I think I've got friends who would never play a game in anything less than, you know, on a PC, whatever it is. But unless you're used to that, it doesn't bother you. Like, I still look at an Xbox 360 game and think it looks amazing in HD. You know, is that 720? I'm not too sure. The dogs are still playing on that rope. But yeah, it's never bothered me, and I'm quite happy with the PSVR. What's that? Bally Senti Jacks. What's that? Bally Senti Snacks and Jackson. What's that a game? We'll need to play that later on. I don't like all the random battles in Final Fantasy. Yeah, I think I've never even played a game that long to actually see that. Whoops, I've just jumped too quick. Hang on a second. Really, it's a shame Space Pirate Trainer isn't on. What's that, Space Pirate Trainer? I must admit, I've tried a few of these space games, and again, I can just feel my stomach getting churning a wee bit. So I don't know whether that would really be for me. Is that right? So Jason Stratham used to work in a cafe until Guy Ritchie found him. I've actually been watching. I've been watching reruns of the Harry and Paul show, Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse. Brilliant. There's a sketch where Harry Enfield plays Guy Ritchie in his mansion, and he's got Madonna. It's quite funny. You wouldn't get away with it now. I mean, a lot of it is completely non-political correct, but it's pretty funny. Snatch, I love Snatch. Brilliant film. Is it Bricktop? Is he the baddie with the glasses? Yeah, I'll need to actually rewatch Snatch. It's a fantastic film. I'm not a big fan of Guy Ritchie, I must admit, but I think Snatch is up there. Superb. I used to know it word for word, but I'm not so sure of it now. I would feel like a knob playing VR games of those. Yeah, you do look ridiculous. There's no question of it. You do look like a bit of a twat. It's when you put the PSVR on, it always lets you see yourself on TV, and you do look a bit of a twat with it. But hey ho, nobody can see me anyway. If you want a decent PC, it'd be closer to £2,000. You're probably right. Yeah, you know what? I'm not that much into VR that we could justify playing that. Yeah, definitely not. Space Invaders in VR. Ah, is that the one you're talking about earlier on, Alec? Yeah. Speaking of politically correct, check out Eric Sykes, Spike Milligan's Curry and Chips. Yeah, I mean, you watch any of the stuff from the 1970s and even the 80s, even like the early 90s, I would say. You know, if you look at Little Britain, you know, I mean, the two guys, what's his name, David Walliams and what's the name? What's the baldy guy? Matt something or other. They've basically said that yeah, they would not make Little Britain now. They're not ashamed of it, but they said they could not make Little Britain now. It's just things have moved on so quickly. Yeah, no worries, Bob. Take care, buddy. Aye, yeah. I mean, as I say, the 80s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s. Some of the humour, but I think we've definitely gone to the ridiculous extent now of, you know, people getting upset over anything. You can't make a joke about somebody without somebody taking it personal, you know. But anyway, right, let's crack on with some of these questions, and then we'll play some games. I'm looking forward to getting this horse racing thing done as well. Right, kicking things off, we've got Batman. I don't think Batman's able to tune in tonight. I think he said he had something on. What are your thoughts on spin-off games from popular titles? The most obvious of these appears to be Pac-Land, a popular spin-off from the traditional Pac-Man. I guess you could say Metal Gear Acid. Metal Gear Acid? Never even heard of that. As ever, your thoughts, sir? I think, yeah, I mean, you've hit the most... You've hit the most obvious one, the Pac-Man. I mean, you had Pac-Land. There's been various games with Pac-Man in it. You know, some of them good, some of them bad. But I suppose you know, Pac-Man himself he's probably the most. He's possibly the most well-known. Yeah, maybe not. He's probably up there with the most well-known kind of characters. I mean, if you ask if you ask somebody who'd never played video games to name a game, if you said to them, have you heard of Metal Gear Solid, chances are, a lot of folk would say no. If you heard of Pac-Man, everybody's heard of Pac-Man. So I can understand why they would make spin-off games. I'm trying to think of anything else. Can't think of any. I mean, obviously Sonic the Hedgehog. There's Sonic the Hedgehog. Then was it Sonic and Tails? Then there's been, is it Sonic Pinball? Is it? I think. And then you've had Sonic Racing. Then you've got Sonic Goes to Olympics and God knows what else. But yeah, what's that? Mario itself is a spin-off. I suppose you're right actually, Neil, because I think Mario was, what was he called in the original Donkey Kong? He wasn't called Mario. What was he called? He had a name. I can't remember what he was called actually. It's bizarre, I think I'm talking to you. I want you guys to talk to me, but I know you can only talk through this. I'll need to see if we can get some kind of link up where all you guys can speak as well. Jumpman, that's the one, yep. That's the one, yep, Jumpman. And obviously he became Mario. I've got a video that I recorded last week. It was a video game. There's a video game that I love, and it's not Berserk, by the way. And one of my mates says you need to try this game. He takes part in this. It's a kind of forum thing, and they randomly pick games, and they picked this game. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'll be putting the video out next week. And it's a clone of one of my favourite games, and it's just absolutely awful. Picture a topless Mario or topless Luigi against the village people, and you're kind of got where this game's going. Yeah, it's just cringe-worthy. So I've recorded the video. I'm going to stick it out next week. Let me have a look at that. Mario's Jumpman. Welcome, Astonev. Thank you for joining me, Squire. Yeah, he was indeed. Oh God, it arrives when evening, Mr. Lacosa. Yeah, we're talking about spin-off characters, and somebody quite rightly pointed out that Mario himself is a spin-off. He was called Jumpman in the original Donkey Kong, and then they obviously brought out Mario Brothers. I think Mario Brothers was the first one. Control the jacks in the box's head by using the trackball. You must be, what on earth is this? You must eating all foods before bouncing noses. You sneeze. I have no idea what you're talking about there. Milestar Electronics. Is that a game or something? Is that the game that we're going to play later on? Yeah, anyway, right, so I think we've battered that one to death. Right, next up is the Silveretto Collector, Tony. Now I think he's actually doing his own, I think Tony's actually doing his own live stream at the moment. I think he's been playing, what was the early 80s game show where they played arcade games? Are you thinking of First Class? With the lovely, not Debbie McGee, Starcade. Starcade is awesome. I've got about 100 episodes of that. I don't know where I got them. I think I got them off a torrent years ago. Starcade is just amazing. I was going to say amazing, and you typed American there. Yeah, Starcade was a quiz game, and what was I going to say? It was basically two people compete against each other, and they answer questions, and then they have to play. They get to pick what game they want to play. I think there's like 6 games. And then they get to, if you win a round, you then get to pick what game. But the thing is, and whoever wins has the most points at the end of it, then gets to complete a challenge and on an arcade game. And basically the prize was, it was usually an arcade game, so it was great prizes, really good prizes. But the thing is, Debbie McGee, I can't remember what's her name. Debbie Greenwood. That's it, Debbie Greenwood. That's a different game we're talking about, or a different program. What was I gibbering about? Starcade. Yeah, the whole program itself was fundamentally broken, because what they did was they would play. I think they had 3 rounds where you had something like 25 seconds to get the high. I mean, it was like ridiculous, 25 seconds, or maybe was it 30 seconds, something like that. You had like 30 seconds to get as high a score as possible, and then whoever got the highest score in that game would win that round, and then whatever. But where it completely fell down was the overall winner was the person who had the highest score, you know, of all the games put together. Now, as you all know, if you play Space Invaders, for like 40 seconds, you'll be lucky if you get, I don't know, 500 points. You play Berserk for 50 seconds, 45 seconds, you'll be lucky if you get maybe, I don't know, 1,000, if that, probably not even that. You play a game like Robotron and you can rack up 50,000 points in 50 seconds. So it basically meant that you could get somebody winning 2 rounds, but whoever got the highest score on a game that has really high points would win. So what they should have done was, you've won a round, you get 1 point, but not, they did it, it was a combined total of all the points, which was a wee bit silly, because it just meant that you picked a game that had high scoring points. And there's a game, is it Gunbird, I think it is, Gunbird 2, it has got the most ridiculous point scoring you could ever play. I mean, if you play a game for 5 minutes, you get something like 452 million points. It's just I don't know how the points work, but I would play that game if I was on Starcade. But yeah, check it out. There's quite a few episodes on YouTube. It's brilliant. It's got it was very, very early 80s. It might have even been, nah, it wasn't the 70s, it was the early 80s. The presenter, it was typical American 1980s, you know, big collars, little microphones, absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I'm just looking at that here. What's that? Were you saying there, Neil Allen? Have you ever tried out multi-ball? What is that, Neil? I'm not even sure what that is actually. High scoring TV shows don't really work. Just look at Go 8-bit. Yeah, Go 8-bit. What do you guys think of it? It's, you know what, it's nice to see games on TV, but I always think there's an underlying piss take going on with it. It's not really taken serious, you know. You almost think they're just having a laugh. And yeah, games are fun. They should be, you know, good fun. They shouldn't be taking it too serious. But I always just think there's an undercurrent of piss take, that they still look down their nose at video games. And you know, some of the stupid challenges they have, track and field, where they've got to, like, I don't know, jump up and down in a cushion. It's just stupid, but it's the best we've got at the moment. Now somebody did actually point out, is that right? The presenter of Starcade used to be a used car salesman. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. You know what? Let me see if I can find Starcade. I'm going to put it on. Just give me 2 seconds. See if I can find this, and I will be quiet. Let me go into my vast archive of stuff. But yeah, thanks very much for joining me. We've got 19 people. It was very nice of you. Like I said, you should be watching a film or something with your wife, not sitting and watching a fat Scotsman talking nonsense on a Saturday night. Right, wait a wee minute, I come in the wrong drive. Hang on, films and stuff, retro programs. It's just taking a wee while to come up. While we're waiting for, oh, there we go, waiting for this to appear, I was having a bit of a laugh. In fact, was it Milestar Electronics, whatever his name is, he's in here. Somebody had painstakingly watched one of my live streams, and they'd actually edited all the bits where I got interrupted, including going up to the bathroom to get a spider out the bathroom, taking the dogs out for a pish, making a cup of tea. It was actually quite funny. that's what you call multi. See, people say that women always say that men can't multitask. Well, there's Neil. He's watching me on an iPad and a film on the TV. Right, sorry, let me get this. There's Starcade. Let me go for one. Right, I'll just get this playing.
This is Starcade, TV's first video arcade game show, starring your favorite video games, and some brand new ones being introduced to the public for the first time anywhere.
Alright, I'll just pause that a second. I apologise about the absolutely god-awful, terrible quality, but these are about 40 years old. Properties, Starcade. Right, can you see that okay? Every minute, I'm just trying to get. I'm going to turn. No, I better leave the camera on just now. Right, listen, I'm just going to play it.
And now, here's your host for Starcade, Jeff Edwards.
Okay, thank you very much. Welcome to Starcade. Well, here we are backstage.
Can you
Our
guys
players are warming up for today's
give
big
that okay?
match
See,
because
okay.
today, one of them's going to have the opportunity to win their very own video arcade game. So players, you ready? You all set? Mike, let's go play Starcade. Here we go. To have you here. It's time for Starcade. We have our contestants with us. They've been warming up backstage, as you saw, and we'll play the game in just a second. Let's meet them first. Your name?
Mike Turbis.
Mike, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I go to Cal State University Hayward, and I'm
Mike's
majoring
got
in
groovy
business
film.
administration over there.
And how much time do you spend in the arcades?
About 85% of the time.
When do you do your homework?
Mike's not married.
I squeeze it in.
Okay. Good luck to you today. Your name?
Carlos Matos.
Carlos, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm going into 9th grade, an American high.
That's it. What are your favorite hobbies?
Well, I like most
I like you to interrupt some there.
Sports? What's your favorite sport?
swimming. I don't know.
Swimming? What's your favorite pool? Oh, never mind. All right, guys,
Not
as
the,
you know, our
sexual
contestants
harassment,
are
I think.
matched up based on their ability in playing today's games. One of you is going to have a chance to win this fabulous video arcade game. Today, it's a fun one. It's Bubbles. All right, Carlos and Mike, shake hands. Let's go play Starcade.
Watch a couple of games.
And while they're going to play Starcade, Kevin, tell us what 5 games you'll have to deal with today.
Well, Jeff, with Fuzors, starships, and Cinnabons, it definitely looks like a space show today. Starting with Krull, a monstrous mission in a
Krull, never
strange
heard
new
that.
world. And it's on to Solar Fox, putting you in a spacey maze. Star Trek, on a mission to seek out
numbers
new
there.
life. And Sinistar, an evil lives in hungers. Finally, it's Galaxian, and
Whoa.
the aliens are back again. Jeff?
Thanks, Kevin. Boy, we're going to have an exciting show today. Those are great games. Those are today's 5 games. Both of you, of course, had a chance to play them before today's show. One of them, as you know, is a mystery game. You pick it in the first 3 games, and a valuable prize is automatically going to be yours. And Kevin, right now, is going to whisper to the home audience and tell them what the mystery game is.
Today's mystery game is Solar Fox.
Okay, now they know. And Mike and Carlos, if you're ready, I'm going to ask you a question. First one to buzz in answers the question, answer it correctly, and you'll pick the
Just
first
going to go and
video
get some
game.
juice, guys. Back in a
All set?
sec.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Mappy the mouse can go from one floor to another in the house. A, by bouncing up using a trampoline. B, by riding up a water spout. Yes, Carlos.
By bouncing on a trampoline.
Trampoline is right. Good for you. That means you have the advantage of those 5 games. You get to pick the one you want to play first. Which one shall it be?
Sinistar.
Sinistar, one of my favorite games. Good, it'll be Sinistar, and now we'll have our Sinister Kevin tell us what it is.
You don't want to get too close to this
I'm not a
guy.
big fan of Sinistar,
Mine
I
the
must admit.
crystals by firing on the planetoids.
Even though it's a
Stir them
Williams
up
game, I
because
think,
these
yeah.
crystals make Cinnabombs. And lots of Cinnabombs are the only thing that can save you when Sinistar comes for you. And this far-out thing will come for you. So be ready to fight or run from Sinistar.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Now, Carlos, you and Mike probably know this already, but let me tell you a couple of things about Cinestar. If you hold the fire button down, it fires automatically, so you don't have to keep moving your finger. The red workers can't hurt you, but they don't score a lot of points. So if you hit a warship, that's 500 points. And then if you can go pick up some Cinnabombs and go and hit Cinestar before he's built, you score 500 points each time you hit him. It's a little different sometimes playing it in 50 seconds than it is playing it in the arcade.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be 50 seconds. We're going to put a little extra pressure on you. Each of you will play with one fighter. You have 50 seconds or until you die, whichever comes first. You all set?
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Carlos. Right. Ready? Get set. Play. Try to pick up some crystals. You've got a couple of crystals. There you are. Any warships in sight yet?
You're probably right, actually, Charlie.
No warships yet.
Turn the sound in a wee bit.
All right. There's a warship. 500 points for that. 15 seconds. Good. Ready to shoot.
You're probably right, Neil. There's probably just a loudspeaker or something.
5,610. Good. Congratulations to you. Nice score. Do you have any problems with that?
Well, I messed up a little bit.
You mucked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos, look pretty good to me. Head on back. Come on, Michael. Now, I said, you heard what I said to him about the fire button and all?
Yeah.
You can hold it right down. It'll
Is it
fire
me or does that
automatically.
look
If you
like
find,
that guy
Cinestar
Logan
before his
Paul?
base is built, you might drop a couple of bombs on him.
I think that is
500
Logan
points
Paul. Maybe
apiece if
that's
you can do
Logan
that.
Paul's dad.
All right, I'm gonna give it a try.
All right, and remember now, you get 50 seconds or until you die. If you die, even if it's in the first 3 or 4 seconds, that's
What we'll do
adios.
is we'll jump.
Hopes for a gleaming
Oh, I don't want to watch bubbles.
Yeah.
We want some galaxian. What the hell is that?
5 seconds.
Is that Crawl or something?
You got it. Good. Coming out of the last one. 15 seconds. Time to
That was
score.
absolutely god awful.
You got all 4.
Oh, wait a minute, let's go back and listen to this bit.
Carlos, you have
That looks awful.
14,710.
Go, Carlos. Woohoo!
Well, you caught up. Just turn right around here, if you will, because I don't want you to look at the screen yet. You caught up and passed him 500 points. So close. How you feel?
Good, real good.
I bet you are. Now you're going to get a chance to win
Nice
a
teeth.
prize. Behind you is the name of the game board. We're going to show you 4 video games. If you name the games correctly, you're going to win a terrific prize. You all set to go?
Sure.
All right, good luck. Turn around. In the upper left-hand corner, is that Jazzman or Eyes?
Eyes.
Eyes is right. Is that Tax Scan or Space Race?
Tax scan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 3, Lost Tomb or Space Dungeon?
Lost Tomb.
You're doing great. Last one, is this Liberator or Eliminator?
Eliminator.
You
Eliminator.
got all 4. Way to go.
Go, Carlos.
Kevin, what did Carlos win?
It's Sicey Sensor Chess, providing the realism of intelligent chess and the performance of a computer in a compact package. Sicey's provides 8 levels of strategic play for the beginner to the advanced player. Sicey's.
Thanks a lot.
Then I went on
We are
straight on
sending
eBay.
2 players who are only 500 points apart. And we'll be back in a minute to play the final round of Starcade to see who has a chance to win their own video arcade game.
I love the adverts as well.
Here's the latest news from the Starcade Hotline. Last year, video game players spent some 657 billion hours trying to outwit the computers that control video games. Some, like Jeffrey Yee, have been very successful. This 8-year-old went head-to-head with Pac-Man, scoring 6,131,940 points in 8 hours and 15 minutes, all on one Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah,
which
you
caused
know
the
what?
game to
I
give
better
up
be
and go
careful. I
berserk.
better be careful.
Jeffrey Yee is one of the few that have managed to really beat the game. And now back to our game, Starcade. And here's Jeff Edwards.
Okay, Jeff.
Wait a minute. Right, I'm back. Can you hear this all right? Are we back up? What a lot of bloody nonsense. That is absolutely nonsense, isn't it? Seriously. So yeah, that was taken down because of copyright infringement. Unbelievable. But anyway, there you go. That's YouTube for you. Just as well had the just as well we had the what do you call it, the comments on. Yeah, there you. I've never actually seen that. I've never seen it actually work like that. I'm just curious as to see, is this, according to that there, is this still continuing the same live stream? I don't know. Anyway, that is a Starcade. I can't believe they took it down. Anyway, right, it is worth watching. Just don't try and do it on the intraweb. Are we still... wait a minute, what's going on here? It's saying at the top here, your stream is no longer being blocked. Ah, right, okay, it's no longer being blocked, right, that's fine. Yeah, anyway, all that bloody nonsense. Right, let's get back into where we were, the question wise. Right, I was going to kick off with Silver Retro Collector. Now, he's asking a question I've been asked quite a few times. What is your favourite arcade game and why? It used to be Robotron 2084 or 2084. Call it what you will. I think it's now the game that I like playing the most at the moment is Berserk. I think it's not an easier game. I can last longer at Berserk than I can at Robotron. It's easier to kind of see what you're doing. It's a basic game. You know exactly what you need to do. And it's slower paced. It's my kind of game. I just love it. I mean, as I've mentioned before, the only reason I started playing Berserk was I was on my MAME cab one day, as you do, looking at the so I'm just looking at the comments here. You know, seriously, I can't believe they took the stream down because I was showing. I wonder if that will mean, yeah, there'll obviously be a copyright thing will get put on this video. What bloody bollocks! But anyway, yeah, getting back to Berserk. I was going through all the games in my MAME cab and I saw Berserk, and I mean I was aware of what Berserk was, and I thought I'll give it a go. You know, it's a terrible game, and I got quite addicted to it, and then I started kind of getting a certain level of competence at it. I wouldn't say I'm particularly good at it, but I just love it. I love it's basic, it's got great sound, you know, brilliant speech and that. That's probably my favourite arcade game at the moment, but I still love Berserk as well. Hey, right, number 2 from Tony. If you could be any game character from any game, what would you be and why? Bloody hell, Tony. If I could be any game character. One of the I know you're pretty good at it, Charlie, as well. Or as well, listen to me, I mean as well as Galaxian. Go on, Charlie, tell me, what is your highest score to Berserk? I mean, my base is just over 20,000, I think. What's your best? Yeah, we were what were we talking about? If I could be any game character, what would it be? That is a good question. Bloody hell. 86,000. Wow. I think the highest score at Berserk is about 100,000. It's not like what you'd call a particularly high score, you know, in comparison to other games. But yeah, 86,000 is a damn good score. I want to try and get good at it. You know, I really need to kind of put a bit more time into playing it. What game character would I want to be? What about you guys? What game character would you like to be? Wouldn't want to be Frogger because he can't swim. He gets squashed with cars. Horace, he's too damned ugly. Pac-Man, oh, there again, Pac-Man spends all day eating special pills. That's maybe not a bad existence. I can't honestly think. Lara Croft. Yeah. That's not a bad one actually. You can do somersaults and jump about. I can't think. Evil Otto. That's not a bad one actually. When everybody sees you, people run. I never actually thought that you could be. I was thinking when Tony's saying any game character doesn't necessarily have to be the person that you play. That's not a bad one. Evil Otto's up there. I'll come back to that one. Right, number 3. What is your top 5 game characters from any franchise and why? You know what? I don't really get hooked on actual game characters. For me, it's all about the game itself rather than the game characters. I mean, people, I love Sonic, I love Mario, whatever. To me, the game character is just the vehicle for you to actually play the game. So I don't really have. I can't think of any one game or one character that I like. I suppose. No, I was going to say that the main character in Wizzball, but that's a bit of a naff answer. You know, I'm really struggling here with these game character questions, Tony. We'll come back to that. We'll think of something. Right, next up I've got down the rabbit hole Kev. Now I don't think Kev's tuning in. Kev comes from Canada, so is it early morning? I think it might be. They're behind us time wise, so it's probably early morning, I think. For the Friday Waffle, hi Alan, were you ever tricked by a gaming April Fool's joke like that gaming magazine back in the 19s convinced readers if you did some ridiculous impossible moves in Street Fighter on the SNES you could unlock Akuma? I have mentioned this before, Kevin. I was absolutely caught hook, line and sinker. Sinker. Ah, dear me, it's been a long day. Sinclair. You can't tell I'm a retro gamer. Yeah, back in now, Mad Commodore, if he's still tuning in here, he'll probably remember this one. It was on Zap 64, and Andrew Braybrook. I think he was doing his. He was doing, what was it? The Diary of Paradroid, and he brought out he put out a program that had some machine code, I think it was, and basically if you ran this program, if you typed in this program, it would give you an extra 20% speed in the Commodore 64. Now this was from Andrew Braybrook, a very well respected programmer. So me and my mate, we sat and typed this in. I think it wasn't, to be fair, it wasn't a massive program. It wasn't like 2 pages of code, but we sat and typed it in, and it had like lots of data statements, so there was lots of numbers to type in, and they typed it in. We thought excellent, and I think we saved it as well, and then we ran it, with anticipation of getting extra 20% speed at the Commodore 64, and up popped April Fool. We're like, you bastard. So yeah, that was. I think that's the only one that I've really been caught with. It's probably the only game I've actually been aware of a sort of an April Fool. What's this you're saying there, Neil? Mine was on computer and video games. They did a fake hardware plug-in to play Mega Drive games on an Amiga. I actually posted about this in April the 1st and got a response from Jazz Rignall. Was that right? That's pretty cool. I've been trying to get Jazz Rignall on the channel for quite a long time. If you're a regular on the channel, you might know that I've got a feature called the Blind Mates Only, and it's basically where I get people, not necessarily famous people, but people who are being involved in the this industry, the gaming industry. I've not had anybody on for quite a while, and it's not through the lack of trying. I mean, what I basically do is I go into Facebook and I'll type in somebody's name, and if I see them, I'll send them a message. Now a lot of the times, they don't even answer it. So I have been trying. I'm still trying like a sod to get Jeff Minter. I mean, Jeff did agree to come on the channel or what he said was, yeah, I'm sure we can arrange something, but trying to get a hold of Jeff Minter is really difficult. I've actually asked Tony Crowther, I've sent him a message on Facebook, he's read the message, and he's never got back to me. So I think, you know, at the end of the day, I don't really see, I'm not going to ask somebody twice. If somebody doesn't reply to my message or reads it, then I'm not going to ask twice. I don't see any point in doing that. It's the same with Martin Galway. I've asked him, and again, he's read the message I sent him, but he's not got back to me. But Jeff has agreed, and I think Jeff would be a brilliant guest. I mean, Jeff is so passionate about his games. You know, he loves talking about them. Just when we're talking about Jeff, I read a tweet by Jeff. Was it yesterday? I think it was. And I'm quite sad to hear that, actually. He said that he has yet to make a single penny out of Polybius. Now, Polybius came out in the PS4, what, about almost a year ago, I think it would be. And yeah, I just think, you know, I can't believe that he's not made any money out of this. You know, I don't know how well Polybius is sold, but I mean, it's certainly regarded as one of the best PlayStation 4 games. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of people, you know, probably younger people. I'm going to stick the light on actually a second. There's lots of people, like my daughter, who wouldn't be interested in playing Polybius. But for older gamers like ourselves, it's a great game, and I'm sure it's probably sold a lot. And how he's never made any money out of it is beyond me. Don't understand that at all. Charlie, you're talking about Jeff Minter, Tempest 4000. Yeah, Tempest 4000, obviously. I mean, Jeff, he's... I love Jeff Minter to bits, you know, but he's made a living, let's be honest, he's made a living out of copying other people's games, you know. He's made more versions of Tempest than I've had hot dinners. And, you know, you could argue and say, well, he doesn't own the copyright, and I think that's what happened to TXK that was out on the PS Vita. Basically, Atari got wind of that and they pulled it, they withdrew the game, and that's why it was never released on PC and also on the PS4. So fortunately, Jeff has now got together with Atari, because obviously they still own the rights to Tempest, and they've brought out a brand new game called Tempest 4000. I think it's TXK, you know, on the PS4. You know, it looks very, very similar, and it appeared in the PSN store in the States, I think it was, and it was only up for I think a couple of hours, and it was taken down. Now, there's been no statement at all from Atari why it's been taken down. Now, there's a few people that have now got it. In fact, I tell a lie, I did read something after it, and I think the reason is they wanted to release the game across like all formats at the same time. I think they wanted to release it on the PC at the same time. So even though it's finished for the PS4, they don't want it released. So somebody obviously made a mistake putting it out there on the PlayStation 4 store, whatever it is, and then it was subsequently pulled, which is a shame because the game's there. Why not let people play it? Don't understand that. Yeah, I don't know. You're saying there about Jeff could make more money doing new Commodore 64 games. I think if he was to, I mean, the thing is, Jeff could probably program a new C64 game. He could probably program it in a week. You know, I'm quite sure he could. And then if he was to tie up with one of these guys that will make physical copies, he could sell it for, I don't know, sell it for £4.99, £5, whatever, and people would buy it. You know, I mean, they wouldn't buy it in bulk. I mean, he's never going to become a millionaire selling Commodore 64 games. But yeah, it's quite sad when you hear things like that Jeff's not made any money at Polybius, because where's the incentive for these guys to continue making games? You know, and Jeff's one of the sort of few sort of indie devs left. I know we've got a lot of indie devs that work on sort of mobile games and that kind of stuff, but yeah, the day Jeff Minter stops making games would be a very sad day, I think, for this hobby. Excuse me. Jeff's got a bit, sorry, what he's saying there, he has got a bit obsessed with Tempest. He has, yeah. I mean, Tempest is a lovely game. There's no getting away from it. But as you say, yeah, Revenge of the Mutant Camels. I would love to see Attack of the Mutant Camels, a brand new version of that with really good graphics. But he just tends to stick to Tempest for whatever reason, and that's possibly why he's not making a lot of money. Which I will be reviewing soon. It needs an expert review. Don't tell me you've got Tempest 4000, Mad Commodore. I think it was only released in the UK. It was only released in the States, actually. But, aye. Anyway, right, where were we? Yeah, I can't think of any more characters for Tony's questions. Right, secondly, from down the rabbit hole, secondly, I recently found out some games had hidden items on them, like a put my false teeth back in, a basketball game on the PS1 that also had a South Park short film in the disc to fill up the data tracks, and I remember having a Monty Python vinyl record with 2 separate tracks, and depending on where the needle landed, you would hear different things. So I was wondering if cassette tape games ever had extra content hidden inside them. Blimey, Kevin, you're asking me like I would know. I can't think of any hidden content on a tape game. No, I mean the only thing I can think of is, I think some games had like music tracks recorded on them, maybe on the B side, whatever. But I can't think of any like Easter eggs as such. Sorry, what you saying? MS Night 5. Have you seen Retrospec? Is that a website that does new games for old systems? I'm maybe thinking of something completely different. Oh, sorry, Mad Comedy, you're talking about the C64 Mini. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've actually been debating about whether to get a C64 Mini. Right now, I'm not bothered about one, but I believe you can add... I've looked at the games that are on it, and a lot of the games I'm not interested in. But I believe you can put extra games on it using a USB stick, but I think it's a bit of faff at the moment, but apparently they're going to be bringing out an easier way to do it. So I think once that happens, I will probably get one, because that's what I'm like. Loads of games had hidden content, but offhand can't think of ones. Yeah, I can't really think of any, Kevin. I'm being a bit rubbish here answering these questions. I'm really not giving any answers at all. Right, where are we? Like, and finally from Kevin, finally on the subject of cassette tapes, you and I can remember a time before VCR where some of us would record the audio of a TV show and listen to it on a tape. I did that. Did you? I can't think of recording TV programs. I'm not a TV person. I really am not at all. I mean, even now, I watch very little TV, and if my wife's maybe gone out, I'll probably do a live stream, but if my wife's gone out for the evening, whatever, and I'll think, I could watch a film, or I could play a video game, I'll always choose a video game. So I don't really watch much TV at all. There's nothing on at the moment that I really watch. The only thing I did do, I remember, I used to sometimes, this was back in I was going to say the early 80s and mid 80s, when I just passed my driving test, and the first thing you did when you bought a car was you'd stick a hi-fi or a cassette tape in it, a couple of speakers. I mean, they weren't built in back in the 80s, and I remember recording Animal House on audio tape and playing it on that, or just listening to the film. I think that was the only time I actually did that. So I'm just looking at the comments here, sort of look at them and see what you think. I played a few of them, and I'm camping on Sabre Golf when you finish that. I think, yeah, I have, if it's what I'm thinking of. In fact, let me just have a quick... No, I'll not bother going in and looking at the website just now. I'll end up disconnecting the live stream or something. Yeah, I mean, as much as I'm not a big fan of remade games, I tend to prefer the originals. It is nice to see some of these classic games with fancy graphics. I've not played any Whizball, did I try that? I think I did actually. I didn't play it for very long. What do you actually make of it, Lucoser? I mean, I love the C64 Whizball. I don't think anything can touch that version. I mean, even like the Amiga and the ST ones, they don't come in anywhere near the C64 one. What do you think of the remake one? Is it worth playing? But yeah, I do go to that website, and there's been a few games. I did play, what was the one recently? Monty on the Run. Again, it's nice to play it with nice graphics, but ultimately the graphics it was never about the graphics really. It was all about just the actual, playing the game itself. So I would probably always go back to the sort of the 8-bit version rather than play new versions. I think, was there not a really good was it Back to School or School Days? I think it was. I think there was a new version of that came out in the PC, something like that. Can't remember. But anyway, right, how are we doing for time? It's 20 to 9. We'll probably go on for about another. We'll see how it goes. Another half an hour, whatever. Anyway, thanks very much, Kev, for the questions as always. And Panther UK is saying here, don't know if I'm too late. Nope, you're absolutely fine, because I didn't do the waffle last night. We're doing a live one. What would your ideal game consist of, and on which system would you like to see it feature? What would my ideal game be? Well, it would have to be a vertical shooter of some sort with lots and lots of bullets. Not bullet hell. I like bullet hell games, but I'm rubbish at them. I just find them too difficult. Saying that, I still play Dodonpachi. I play that all the time, and I'm rubbish at it. It would have to be a kind of vertical scroller type game, and it would have to have, think of like Tempest, with really bright phosphorus, bright colours, really loud sound effects. Don't want music, can't have any music. Really awesome Jeff Mintery sounds, or like Defender sounds, or Robotron sounds. It's got to have good sound. A horizontal scrolling shooter with kind of vectory graphics type thing. I think that would be possibly my ideal game. What system would it be on? Well, stick it on the PS4. That would do me. Manic Miner. I've never tried a new version of Manic Miner. I love Manic Miner. Excuse me. But if I'm playing Manic Miner, I generally go for the Spectrum one, because that was the original. So yeah. Right, Mr. Ian Hunter. Now then, this could be a bit of a shitter for next week's waffle, but here goes. I don't want to read on now. Sorry to dredge up the Playground Wars again, but I can think of at least 3 ways the Commodore 64 is better than the Spectrum, and I can also think of 3 ways the Spectrum outstrips the Commodore 64. I'd like to hear your views on this, on which machine is best and why. Bloody hell. I need to be careful here. I've got a mad Commodore in the room. Now, I was a C64 man at the very beginning. I mean, that was my first computer. I always thought the Spectrum was just a toy, I mean, my mate had a Spectrum, and I used to, I would play Daley Thompson's Decathlon on my C64, and then I would watch him playing it on his Spectrum, and I just thought it looked crap. It really did look like a toy compared to my fancy computer. But, over the last sort of 30 odd years, I'm lucky enough now that I've had a couple of Spectrums. I've got a few Spectrums now, and I do play the Spectrum quite a lot, and I've got to say, I think the Spectrum is an amazing computer. For what it did, it's just awesome. But right, okay, you're going to push me for 3 things that the C64 is better than the Spectrum. That's going to be easy. The scrolling. The C64 does hardware scrolling, there's no question. That is definitely better. The SID chip, the sound on the C64 is just awesome. It really is, obviously, with a fantastic SID chip, synth music. And thirdly, I was going to say the built-in joysticks. well, I suppose you could say the keyboard and the fact it's got built-in joysticks. That would be the third thing that would say the C64 is better than the Spectrum. Now comes the tough part. Let me think. What has the Spectrum got over the C64? What the Spectrum's got over the C64? I mean, hardware-wise, it has got a faster processor. And I'm not even going to attempt to guess how much quicker, because anytime I try and make one of these statements about a technical thing, I always make a complete arse of it, and somebody strips off me, how dare you say this, you don't know what you're talking about. So I'm not going to even attempt to guess how much quicker it is, but I do think that the Spectrum's got a faster processor, therefore it had the ability to do like vector graphics. Now I know you're going to say mercenary, but let's be honest, the Spectrum could do vector graphics better. It could also do 3D games better as well because of the faster processor. So yeah, faster processor would be one thing that I think the Spectrum has got over the C64. The second thing is not so much the hardware. It's more 200%. Seriously, is it as much as that? I didn't think it was, but anyway, I'm not going to argue. I don't know. I honestly don't know. The second thing isn't so much a hardware thing. It's the people that programmed the Spectrum. The Spectrum was a labour of love for a lot of people. It didn't look like much, if you look at it, it doesn't look that. I know some people say the Spectrum looks great, but it does look like a toy. It's a little lump of plastic with this squidgy little keyboard. But some of the games that came out for the Spectrum, you could tell that they were written by enthusiasts. It was people who were like you and I, were just so passionate about games, and it had so much love put into the games. It was a labour of love, with a lot of people with the Spectrum, and that comes across in the games. Some of the originality of the Spectrum was awesome. I mean, where else would you get a game called School Days where you get to run about in a school and write write rude things on the blackboard, or what's other things, Bugaboo the Flea, you play the part of a flea, or Trash Man. I mean, these were games that they were awesome. They would never, if it wasn't for the Spectrum, you just wouldn't get games like that. So yeah, the passion behind the games in the Spectrum, I was always quite jealous of. And you had things like Ant Attack as well. The third thing, hardware wise, I can't think of anything. There's plenty of things I like about the Spectrum. I like the little beeps and farts and little squidgy noises that the Spectrum makes. I mean, you play Attic Attack, that could only be a Spectrum. Compare the sound in Attic Attack to Impossible Mission in the C64. There is no comparison. The C64 is it's like a AAA Hollywood film, and the sound in the Spectrum is like a farty noise. It's rubbish, but it's quirky, and it's what makes the Spectrum. And if I was to choose between one or the other, I would have to go for the Commodore 64. But the Spectrum is a great computer. There was a guy was commenting on one of my videos, and I think he was an American guy, and he was basically saying how shit the Spectrum was. And I thought, I said, look, have you actually played it? I said, I used to think that. I says, but play it, then come back and tell me it's shit. I just think it's utter nonsense. I understand there's people who are, you can't say anything bad against a particular system because that's what they like, but people should realise that all these machines, they're just they exist so we can play games. So it shouldn't matter a toss whether the game's on the Spectrum, whether it's on the Amiga, the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, whatever. A good game is a good game, regardless of hardware. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I'm going to say about that. Right, Carol Todd, a question for the next waffle, and I don't think Carl's in here. After your problems with the original GPD, would you consider getting the new GPD XD Plus now that it's now available? Is it really? Wait a minute. It's a GPD XD Plus. Yeah, do your homework on the spectrum. Yeah, I think the GPD XD Plus. Am I right in thinking it looks the same, but it's just a wee bit quicker? I think it is. I think it's just a wee bit quicker. Nah, I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to buy one. If there is if there's a GPD XD 2 comes out, I will be interested in it. Now, the reason, when I got my GPD XD, I sent off to China, or was it Japan? I can't remember where it was. I think it was China. And brilliant little handheld. I mean, it's an Android handheld, and it's so easy to use. It's got a great screen, really bright screen, dead easy to put all your emulators. It plays stuff like MAME really well, and I loved it. But then it wasn't even a year that I had it, and it just one day it stopped working, completely stopped working, wouldn't charge, wouldn't switch on. So I contacted GPD Direct, and she's like, I bought this, off eBay, blah 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 blah. Could you tell me, can I get it fixed? Is there any way I can send it back? I'm not wanting it done for nothing, but could I get it fixed? And they didn't reply to me. So I posted a message on their Twitter account. They didn't reply to me. I posted a message on their Facebook and also on their YouTube channel, and nobody got back to me. They just didn't reply at all, which disappointed me. In other words, they were quite happy for me, to take my money, and yet they weren't. Basically, there was no customer service at all. If you've bought a GPD XD and it stops working, you're basically screwed. So I think I paid about 160 quid for it. So it was a lot of money to lose, and I wasn't ever going to buy another one. I didn't want to give them any more of my money, but one of my mates was selling one for quite a good price, and I did buy another one, and I still love it. It's really good. But I'm not going to get the GPD XD Plus because it's just a wee bit quicker, and I've got oodles and oodles of these Android handhelds, and I don't need any more. So anyway, how are we doing? We've got 16 people still tuning in. Thanks very much for everybody that's taking time to join me tonight. We're an hour and 20 into this. We'll probably go for another maybe 20 minutes or so and then call it a night, guys. I think since, as I mentioned earlier on, if you joined me at the start of this waffle thing, because it's the Grand National, I want to have a shot of this. In fact, you know what we should do? We should have a go of that game that I played recently, where it's basically 10 numbers racing. Let's see if we can have a go with that. I can't even remember what the hell it was called actually. No, I don't want to save changes to my documents. Nope. Right, what was the name of the game? Can anybody, was it Mini Racer? Let me open up another page on the website and go to my YouTube channel. Oh, it says here that Main Meister is currently alive. Never actually seen that before. Right, where are we? Let's go to videos. And what was it called? What the bloody hell is this? Right, I'm just going to, I'll turn the, internal server error. Right, there appears to be an error with YouTube at the moment. What was it called? Can anybody remember the name of it? Mini Racers, I think that's what it's called. Thank you, Alex. Let me see if I can find it. Have we got 10 people in tonight? Well, we're down to 15. So, right, okay, wait a wee minute. Let me. I'm going to open up a little text box so we can write this down. Right, wait a minute. Text. We'll open up a wee text. Right. The only prize you get for winning is knowing that you've won a race live on that there YouTube. Right, so let me see. So Neil is he's going to be number 6. Is it Michelle? I think it is Michelle. That's your name, MS Knight. I think you're called Michelle. I hope you don't mind me calling you with your first name, because I don't really like calling people with their avatar names. MS Knight is number 2. I'm going to be number 1, obviously. Can't think why. Mame is number 1. Right, wait a wee minute. Right, Neil, we'll call him Refraction because so people know who's who. Refraction is number. You're number 4, did you say? Oh, wait a minute, you're number 5. Charlie is number 7. Right, so we've got. Right, who else have we got? Neil is number. Alright, wait a minute. I'm getting muddled up here. Hang on, who picked? Right, you're number 4. Yeah, that's fine. Mr. Neil Mo. I'll call you Neil M. Right, there you go. Neil M is. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting confused here. Right. Right, Neil M is number. What did you say you were? You are number 4. Who's number 6? I've got a Neil down as number 6. Right, Neil Wharton. Yeah, I'm going to put Neil W. Here we go. Right, so we've got 6, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, we've still got another. Anybody else want in? Right, Mad Commodore. No, we're not betting on anything. We're just betting. We're going to bet on a game. Right, pick a number, Mad Commodore. You can pick. You can pick 3, 8, 9. It doesn't take much to confuse me. Right. Yeah, Neil W's 6. That's fine. Right, RT. What do you want? What number do you want? You can be 3, 8, or 9. Well, wait a minute. Mad Commodore has got number 9. Mad Commodore number 9. What other YouTube channel do you get this bollocks on? Seriously. Go on, Paul. There might be another place. Right, wait a minute. RT. Right, you're going to go for number 3. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we've still got 8 and 10. Right. Paul, can I put you down, mate? Can I put you down for number 10? We're only betting for a laugh. There's no. It's just the honour of winning on YouTube. Ah, Mr. Bleed Easy, I don't think you've actually picked a number, have you? Right, what do you want? Do you want number 4, 5, 8 or 10? Let me know, mate. Mr. Bleed Easy, 8 or 10? Right, so you're number 8, Bleed Easy, and Aston Ev can be. Right, sorry, we've got. I think we've. Right, we're all out of numbers, guys. I'm afraid. Right, Aston F. What number are you? You're 10. Right, so in number 1 we've got me. MS Knight is number 2. RT is number 3. Number 4 is Neil M. Number 5 is Refraction. Number 6 is Neil W. Number 7 is Charlie. Number 8 is Bleed Easy. Put your full name in. Bleed Easy. Number 9 is Mad Commodore. And number 10 is Astanev. You can get the next one. I'll bail out in the next one. Right, let's see if we can get this horrendous game working. I can't believe we're actually doing this, you know that. Right, what did we say it was? Mini Racers. Good evening, Mr. Ibanez Laney. Welcome. You're just about to watch a live horse racing game. Well, maybe horse racing is stretching it a wee bit. This was a game. I've got a feature on my YouTube channel where I've got all my games put into a spreadsheet in Excel, and I've got this random thing where it picks a game for me to play, and I play it. And the one it picked for me the other day, oh dear me, this is a game released in 1990. It's on the Commodore 64, and it was by a company called Jack-o'-lantern Software. Now I think it just starts. Right, I'm going to I'm going to make me wee for a second. Let's see, is that... Oh, a daisy. No, come on, Alan. Let me make yourself small. Dink. Woo! Bink. Right, there we go. How's that? Right, now what we want to do is we want to get the... Yeah, this is unbelievable. Ah! Oops, hold on a minute. Game... Now, I don't think there's any sound to speak of, so don't go complaining when there's no sound. Right, can you see that? Wait a minute, why is that? How can we move that up to the top? Move that up to the top. I'm trying to make it so it... Right, listen, let's... we'll just go for it. Right, okay, up to 10 cars if you wish. How many cars? Right, so you can only get 10. Right, we all know our numbers. Number 1 is me. Number 2 is MS Knight. Number 3 is... In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them into order. Just bear with me. Copy and paste that down there. Cut that, put that down there. I should have done this in Excel, and I could have, you know what, I'm not going to bother putting them into order. I'm going to do add one more. Let's see, game window capture. Okay, there we go. Dink. Right, can you see that little text thing? Bink. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. You don't get any more cutting edge in this channel, guys. Right, let's get this race so we can all see who we are. Right, I'm wanting number 1 to win. How many cars in this race? Now, I think it just starts, so here we go. And I'm not even going to attempt to do any commentary. Press the spacebar. Are you waiting for this? Here we go, and we're off. Oh, number 1's going for it. Number 10. Who's number 10? Number 4's doing well. Number 1 is languishing in last place at the moment. Number 4 and 7. So we've got Neil M is going for it. Number 7 is Charlie. Oh, Charlie's going for it. Number 9's coming back strong. Number 1 is doing absolutely garbage. Number 7, Charlie, has got a good lead at the moment. Probably 2 furlongs, I think. He's actually doing pretty well. Number 10's coming back. Number 2, number 1's making a late run as well. Number 2 is MS Knight. Number 7's still holding it. Basically, the winner is whoever gets that little arrow at the bottom. Number 7 is absolutely storming it. Oh, number 2's making a late run. Who's that? That's MS Knight. I think she's going to get it. And number 2 and number 7 appear to have stopped. Number 2's making a go for it. It's head and head. Who's going to take it? Or neck and neck, I should say. I think Michelle is going to take it here. Number 2 is going to do it. Number 2, number 7, number 2, and it's number 2. Woohoo! That is it. Excellent. Well done, MS Knight. Right, do we want another go? What do you think? Shall we have one more go? Or do you... I think we should have another one, and then we'll maybe have we'll have one more go. Let's see if MS Knight can get 2 in the trot. Right, listen, Ray, I'm going to give you number 1 because I'm that type of person. Right, okay, I'm just going to narrow that down for a second. Pop that there. Where's the game going? Hang on, dunk. Right, so Ray Y, is it Ray Y? I think it is. Ray, he is now number 1. Wait a minute. I can't believe that we're actually sitting doing this. Evening, Paul. Right, are we ready? Right, press the spacebar to start next race. Right, so you can see there who's... Sorry, Paul, you're going to have to wait a second, mate. We can only have 10, and we've all 10 places are taken. Right, here we go. Press the spacebar to start next race. Are you ready for this? I'm going to have a little refreshment because my nerves can't take it. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And number 10's going for it at the start again. Number 2 is doing well numbers. Who's number 6? Who's number 6? It's Neil W. Oh, number 6 is got a good lead at the moment. And number 6 is storming it. Second place is number 3, whoever that is, RT. Number 2 is MA Snight again. Oh, number 2 is going for it once again. Number 6 is absolutely taking this with the scruff of the neck. He is way out in front, but he seems to have stopped. Number 2's making a late run. Number 5's doing pretty well. Number 10's doing quite well, but number 6 is still one number of Unio. Number 4, number 4 is in last place. Number 6 is absolutely storming this. And it's, where's number 5? Well, number 5's in second place, and oh, that was an easy victory, I think. There we go. Number 6 won. Well done to Neil W. Excellent. Like I said, the only prize is the satisfaction that you have won a horse race that features numbers as horses, or in fact it's not horses, it's cars. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to have a go of Peter O'Sullivan's horse racing. Now, I used to play that. One of my mates bought that back in the day, and it's much, much better. It was a long time ago since I played it right enough. Let's see if I can find it. Peter. Hey, come on. Is it Peter O'Sullivan? I think it is. Why can't I see it? Dearie me. Why can't I see Peter O'Sullivan? That's got to be there. Horse racing. I'm sure it's called Peter Sporty Kings. I never actually played Sporty Kings. Was that the Mastertronic one? Where is... I can't believe Peter. I can't see it in my list. Peter. Is it Peter O'Sullivan? That is, isn't it? Is it Peter O'Sullivan? Wait a wee minute. I'm just going to go into YouTube for a second. Not YouTube, Google. I thought it was Peter O'Sullivan. Horse racing. Commodore 64. Let's see. What's that there? Horse racing. No, not Daniel O'Sullivan. Date of races. Yeah, go racing with Peter O'Sullivan. Is that it possibly? Let's try go racing. Go to the head of the class. Right, we're not finding this at all. Why can't I find it? Sorry, have we still got anybody tuning in? Because this is getting a bit boring, me doing all this stupid talking. No, I've still got 20 people. Beep Tote on the BBC Electron. Right, okay, listen, we'll go for that then. We'll give that a go. I can't find that O'Sullivan. Tell you what, let me just try one last thing. Quick filter, publisher, game name. Sullivan. Clive O'Sullivan. No, it's not that one. Try once more and then we'll try that one. Racing. Wait, here we go. Ding dang do. Alright, wait a minute, let me just see if I can find the one that I used to play. Right, there's various horse racing ones here. There we go. Right, it's called The Races. Go Racing with Peter O'Sullivan. Right, let's get this bad boy started. Right, I'll just... Oh, you can still see me, that'll do it. Gooey. Right. I think this game might be written in BASIC actually. Here we Feuding for time. Never mind Call of Duty bollocks, this is where it's at. That's quite enough of that. Alright, we can't skip it. I'll tell you, I give you some shite to watch, don't I? Right. Right, okay, right. Up to 8 persons can play, each starting with £1,000. Right, okay. We've got 8 people. Well, I'm going to be one of them, obviously. Ah, Bagsy. Right, Mame. Right, who wants to be in? We've got 8 people. It was actually KFC. I'm not a fan of KFC, but my daughter wanted one, so. This is the future of YouTube. Watching people playing crusty old games like this. Right, who wants to be... We can have 8 people. Who wants... Right, number 5. Well, let's see, we'll just put in... Right, Refraction. Right, we'll need to keep the winners, so we'll keep MS Knight in because she won. We'll keep Ray in because he won as well, I think. Or maybe he didn't win, but... right, Neil. We've got Neil. That's fine. I don't think... Is it numbers? I don't know if it is numbers. Right, listen, what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to take the top 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, sorry, Bleed Easy and Astanev. You guys are just going to have to watch, I'm afraid, for the purpose of this one. Right, okay, so, enter players' names. So we've got Mame. Wait, what's that? Type 0, then return. Wait a minute, enter player's name, for example Jim, then return, type star to end. Alright, got you. Right, we've got Ray, we've got MS Knight, we've got I honestly can't believe what we're doing. Charlie. Right, yeah, you know what, you were absolutely right. Right, I'm gonna come out and I'll put Neil double. Oh, no, I can't go back. Right, sorry Neil, we'll stick you in afterwards. And we've got Russ. Oh, wait a minute, I'm typing in the bloody text thing. Hang on a second. Meme. Right, where are we? Right, Charlie. Then we've got. Oops, can you put in? We'll just do Neil W. I don't know if it takes. Neil W. RT. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're absolutely right, Charlie. Brilliant stuff. Who else? Right, Mad Commodore. Mad. Wait a minute. I've got too many windows open. Oh, I don't know if I can put a space in. Let's just say Mad C. That's enough names. Hey, that's not 8. Right, what's going on here? Yeah, I'm getting the feeling this is basic somehow. Right, what are we doing here? Press any key to continue. Right. Wait. Yeah, it's definitely in Fiery Bull. It's definitely in written in basic. It's been a long time since I played this. Dumpa 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 dum. Right, okay, I'll go for the warp. I don't want to do the warp thing because I might end up jumping straight into the race. Maybe we can. Let's do warp mode for 2 seconds. Right, okay, warp mode. Right, June the 8th, Ascot, blah 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 blah. Press any key to continue. Yeah, you can keep your is it Fortnite and Overwatch bollocks. This is where it's at. Cutting edge stuff on YouTube. Right, what's going on here? Press any key to continue. Oh, come on, right. Wait a minute, I'm going to do warp mode to speed it up. Right, wait a minute, right, okay. Turn the warp mode off. Enter bets as indicated, type for a player's name to end. Enter bets as indicated, type the star for player's name to end. I don't understand what it's gibbering about. Player's name, so is it MAME? Amount bet, I'm going to go for £10. Win, it's got to be win, I think. Horse number. Since I'm a bit of an outsider myself, I'm going to go for a fast lad. 18 to 1. Player, right, that's me. Right, players 2. This is Ray. Right, Ray, you there? What horse would you like and how much do you want to bet? We'll just go for 10. And we'll just go for 1. In fact, you know what? Why don't I just pick I'll just pick the horses. Right, horse number, you are going to, Ray's going to be Fiery Bull. Okay. Right, you remember this, guys? In fact, what I'll do here is I'll put in Ray Fiery Bull. And then MAME is Fast Lad. MS Knight is going to be Lucky Major. Refraction is going to be Sepeda, whatever the hell that is. Charlie is going to be Hot Fox. Can you see that okay? I think you can, hopefully. Neil is going to be Rapano. Is that it? Oh, right, we've got one more here, I think. RT is going to be Tawaro. Do you think these are randomly made up names? Tawuro, there we go. And Mad Commodore is going to be Mateno. Mateno, is that it? Is there 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, can we all see who we are? Right, so Ray is going to be Fiery Bull, which is number 5. Oh, wait a minute, I need to type in the right thing. So Ray is Fiery Bull. MS Knight is going to be 10. You are going to be Lucky Major, number 2, so it's to win. I think we'll only have one race of this, funnily enough. Number 2, Lucky Major. A refraction. A refraction is going to be a amount bet is going to be 10, and that's going to be for a 1. And you are going to be Cepeda, number 6. And Charlie is going to be, amount bet is going to be 10, and it's going to be a 1. Oh man, flu. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Charlie. You said you were going to be going to Arcade Club today, actually. Right, you're going to be Hot Fox, which is number 7. So right, Paul, you've missed nothing. I know you'll find it hard to believe. And Neil, was it Neil M? I think it was. Neil M. I'm sure if I type the wrong name in, it's going to crash the program. So it's going to be number 10, and it's going to be a 1, and it's going to be Rapano, which is number 8. And the last one is going to be RT. Amount bet is going to be 10, and it's going to be a 1, and that was, what the hell was that? Tawaro. Wait a minute, what? Hey, have we had Tawaro? Rapano, I'm getting muddled up here. I've got no idea. Right, we're going to make... Right, RT is going to be Rapano. No, it's going to be Tawaro number 3. I think it was actually. And RT... No, not... Sorry, RT. Now you've got Mad C. I think that's what I called you. You're going to go for £10 and you want to go each way. Each way. And you're going to be number 9. Oh, wait a minute. Matano, that's it. Yeah. You're Matano, so you're going to be number 4. Is that not everybody? I wish there was alcohol. Right, what did it say? Star to exit. Like, we're just going to go for this. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the star. How do you get the star on a PC keyboard? Anybody got any ideas how you get an asterisk on a PC keyboard? Anyone? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, we don't want a bet. Right, how do we come out of it? How do you get an asterisk? See, that's the only problems with playing emulators. You end up... Does anybody know how to get an asterisk? Shift 8, is it? No, let's try. I don't think you can copy and paste it in a Commodore 64 emulator. Right, come on, how do we get an asterisk? There must be a way to do it. Hey, there we go, what was that? Right, so it's that one, right, okay. So let's just do that and then we go bunk. Right, can you see, right, we appear to only have 7, it doesn't matter. Right, can we see who we've got? Are we ready for this? Right, take a note of your number. I am number 1, fast lad. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Racing number, I'm white. The anticipation. Here we go. This better be worth it. I think we should just let it run. I don't want to do the random. Here we go. Right, I'm number white, not number white, I'm white. I'm doing quite well. Oh, I don't know who's who. Right, not number, red is in front. I'm in second at the moment. Go on yourself, white. So not number white. The white is in second place. Red, who's red? I don't know who red is. Yellow is in third place. I'm still in second. Blue and black are coming up the inside. We are matron. Red is still holding its own. I don't know how long the race is going to go. White, blue's making a late run, but it's still red at the moment, and I am still in third place. Blue's still going well. Oh, blue's making a late run. He's up to first place at the moment. It's blue. I don't know who blue is. I've got no idea. And here's black coming up the inside again. It's blue and black. Blue's still holding it. Red in third place, black in second. I'm languishing in fourth, I think. And it's blue. Who is that? I've got no idea who that was at all. That was worth it. Right, okay, we get an idea. Somebody won. Result. So who won then? Who was blue? Should have just picked colours. First was Lucky Motion. MS Night again. Bloody hell. You're on a good streak at the moment. Just if you had been, I hope you've put numbers on the Grand National today. Actually, well done. Second was Matano, which was that Mad Commodore? I think it was. So you'll get some money back. And 5 was Fiery Bull, which was Ray. I don't know if I can do one more quick one. If I've got to put all the... there you go. Lost. 40 quid. Well done. For everybody lost. Apart from MS Knight. Excellent. What next? Right, I don't think we should play any more of this. We don't want to have to fanny about and press any key. Do you want to go for one more? What do you think? Shall we have one more race? Nah, listen. I think that's quite enough of that. So, come on, pee up, yeah. Right, I think it's a unanimous. No more of that shite. Right, listen, guys. I am. How are we doing for time? It's 24 minutes past 9. I think I'm going to finish off with my game of. I'm going to have one game of China Minor, because that's what I always do when I'm doing a live stream. Get the joystick. Right, where is the reason I play? The reason I play China Minor is just because it's too darn difficult. I'm not going to Blackpool. I was actually there. When was I? I was there in March. Was it March? I think it was. I'm not going down again. But yeah, it's. I will probably go down next year. Right, let's have a look. Let's take off the filter and. Oops, hang on a second. Remove view. In fact, what I might do is have one game of Berserk as well, because it's my channel, so I get to play what I want. Right, China Minor. What's that? Alright, okay, I'll get her a drink. What's she wanting? I'll take her a drink up. Hey, right, wait a wee minute. I'll just get this game loading. What am I be doing? I'll get it loading in real time, and I'm going to go and get my daughter a drink. China Minor. Right, I'm just going to load the tape. Load the tape, version 3. Bink. Right, I'm going to go and get a drink. I'll be back in a sec. that better? Sorry guys, listen, I'm going to call it a night now. My daughter wants to come down and get something from the kitchen, so I think I've been on quite long enough. So thank you again to everybody for tuning in. It's been a good laugh, and I'll catch you again soon. Okay, have a great weekend guys. Take care. Cheers guys.